Hi folks, Dr. Will Jones, Professor of Epiphone at your service. Thanks for logging on to Gearwire.com. You know, we've talked about how better pickups make a better guitar in your Epiphones. Let's talk about better parts. Remember, an electric guitar is like a car. Everything's got to work down the drivetrain or you ain't going nowhere. First of all, you know, to match really good pickups, you've got to have a good pickup selector switch. Now, this is something that a lot of folks have used over the years, even we did many moons ago. But a lot of guitar companies still use this guy. It's the old rocker switch or a three-way toggle, whatever. It looks like it's metal, but on the inside it's actually a piece of plastic with a little piece of metal on it riding up and down on a fulcrum with another piece of plastic riding up and down on it by friction, held down by a spring. A lot of parts that aren't necessarily connected to each other, not making good contact and not feeling so good when you switch, and they don't last very long. These things are really crappy. Now this is the toggle switch that we use. It's the Epiphone. It even says Epiphone on the part, not just generic parts from a bag. It says Epiphone on the parts, all metal except for the necessary insulators. And it will last many years longer. It feels much better, makes better contact, and you'll find that you get better tone. Remember, good pickups going through a bad switch will not give you good tone. You've got to have a good switch. And you're going to love the new toggle switch. We've actually been using it for years, but we're just now telling you about it, I guess. Here it is on the Epiphones. Try them out. Now, next in the line, what's the next thing it'll tear up at you? Here's looking at you, your knobs, potentiometers. On the inside, size does matter. Full 1-inch size potentiometer, 500K, better transitional contact, meatier, beefier, lasts longer, better tone. Over here, well, this is what a lot of the other companies use, and you'll still find these on the inside of the guitars. I don't know why. The 250K guy, he's really small, underweight, it won't last as long, not as good tone. On every electric guitar we make, you'll find the full-size 1-inch 500K potentiometer. Our special twos all the way through the line. Just a better part, it sounds better, better tone. Of course, coming out of the guitar, you've got to get the signal to the amp in the proper fashion. Here's an output jack like we used to use years ago and somewhat the industry standard. But it's not a very good design because every time you plug into it, it gets a little bit looser. It only makes contact with the end of the lead in one spot. Over here, you see, we have the new Epiphone design. It makes contact with the end of the lead in two places, holds much tighter, better design. It even says Epiphone on the part right there. And check this out. Don't try this at home, not unless you have an Epiphone with these new parts. Plug into this guy even with the nut loose on the outside of the guitar, and look what happens, or rather what doesn't happen. On the inside, the jack assembly is not moving. Why? Well, we've come up with a little way to keep this thing from spinning even if the nut is completely gone from the outside of the guitar. That way your jack assembly doesn't spin on the inside, twist the wires, and break the solder. Pretty smart, huh? Well, that's just another way that Epiphone has come up with a way to give you better performance out of your guitar, because performance is our passion, and we want you to perform at your best. I'm Dr. Will Jones for Epiphone, and thanks for watching Gearwire.com.